Hi, I'm Marcus, and I'm the Sound Design and Innovation Manager here at ROLI. Airwave launched with 160 bespoke sounds that you can access through ROLI Airwave Player. But you can unlock a lot more possibilities by using MIDI Learn to map Airwave's gestures to parameters within your favorite plugin. When you're using MIDI Learn, the 6 dimensions of air tracked by Airwave are split out by hand, so you have 12 different assignable sources of modulation. To assign Airwave gestures to parameters within a plugin, we need to use ROLI Airwave Control. You can launch ROLI Airwave Control through ROLI Connect, and once you've done so, you'll want to set the tracking mode here to always on, which means that you can track your gestures without the need for Airwave Player to be open. If you want to turn it off at any point, just click the drop down and select always off. Next, click the MIDI Learn icon here to activate MIDI Learn mode. This is necessary because it stops all the dimensions being sent at once, which would result in conflicting mappings using MIDI Learn in a DAW. When you're using MIDI Learn mode, all of the dimensions are sent on a per hand basis, which means that we could have a different assignment for raise on our left hand versus our right. Now we've done that, we're ready to dive into Ableton and start making some assignments. Today we're going to be looking at Serum 2, and I'm going to be assigning some gestures to the macro controls within Serum 2 so that any preset I play will have some Airwave assignments. In Ableton, I want to make sure that I've set up a track, armed it, and set the input devices to all MIDI ins. Then I can open up the plugin that I want to assign. In this case, it's Serum 2. I'm going to be assigning these macro controls here, which is great because it means that any preset I open will have some Airwave assignments, though they might need tweaking depending on how the macros were set up. Next, I'm going to click in the top right of the UI here to enable MIDI Learn mode. And I'm just going to move the parameters that I want to assign, so in this case the macros. You'll see that they then appear in the bottom left of the UI as these extra macro controls. To assign them, I can just click one to highlight it, go back into Airwave Control, and then click to send a particular dimension. So let's do air raise for the filter, and tilt for macro 2, air flex for macro 3, and glide for macro 4. You can see that they then appear in this MIDI mappings menu here, and we have min and max values, and we can also right click to invert the range. This is really useful depending on what you're controlling. For example, with the filter here, if our minimum value is 0, we won't have any audio unless we're applying some gestures. So I'm just going to raise up the minimum value for the filter so we can always hear it. Now that that's done, we just need to disable MIDI Learn mode in Ableton, go back into Airwave Control and disable MIDI Learn there, and we're ready to play. It's important to remember that you need to disable MIDI Learn in Ableton before disabling it in Airwave Control, otherwise you might overwrite the mapping that you've just made. Now that's all set up, let's hear how it sounds. In this guide, I used Ableton, but it's important to remember that the same principles apply regardless of the DAW that you're using. Just remember to always enable MIDI Learn mode in ROLI Airwave Control before trying to make any assignments in your DAW of choice. I hope you found this video useful, and remember the same principles apply regardless of the plugin that you're using, so just get out there, explore and be creative, and we can't wait to see what you make. If you'd like to find more educational content, check out our YouTube channel. You can also join our Discord to connect with other musicians exploring Airwave and the rest of the ROLI ecosystem. Thank you very much for watching.